Welcome to NKTelco Sports, presented by Grand Lake Health. We are here at the barn in Knoxville High School to bring you high school girls varsity basketball. For Loramie Redskins take on the Knoxville Rangers. Tonight's game is brought to you by these sponsors: American Trim, First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Winners Meats, NKTelco, Frost Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Ply Gem, Precision Strip, Schwieterman Pharmacies, New Knoxville Supply, and Ferguson Construction. Our sponsors here. Welcome to the barn in New Knoxville. Bring you high school girls basketball along with Jeff Henson. I'm Dave Kanapke. Fort Loramie 5-0 on this season. They're defending regional runners-up. Jeff, we expected a lot of things from them because they have everybody back from that great team last year, and they have not disappointed. They have absolutely dominated people so far.
They're exactly what we anticipated from last year's success, knowing everyone coming back, graduating, no one, plus some other youngsters even coming up from freshman level to help support the whole program. They've already beat the two teams that beat them last year. I know that's different when you look at Minster. They lost some key players, Pranger especially, but they beat Minster, and they also beat West Liberty Salem, who defeated them last year in regular season. And they not only have beaten them, but they've dominated them. They average nearly 70 points a game, and they only give up 17-18. So very, very good right now. A lot of girls play, so probably the biggest difficulty they have right now is keeping them all, what do you say, energized or excited about playing time, because there's only 32 minutes in the game, and they have a number of girls that can get it done. So it's a balancing act, keeping them all, you know, what do you say, entertained or involved. And right now, though, a good problem to have. They're scoring the ball well, so that makes people happy, and the defense has been, again, outstanding for the Fort Loramie Redskins.
Home team in the Knoxville Rangers, 3-3 overall, 0-1 in the MAC. And Jeff, that record's a little bit misleading, as their 3 losses have been very close losses to 2 undefeated teams.
Yeah, you can't get much closer. They lost to Lima Bath on the first night of the Bath tip-off tournament in overtime. Had a shot to win it, a free throw, if you will, at the end of the game regulation. Couldn't connect, lost in overtime. Following night, then they lose to Marion Local in overtime. And then lost again to Marion Local in league play just last week by 3 points. So, in Bath and also Marion Local still undefeated. So, you know, New Knoxville is possessions or inches maybe away from being 6-0 as well. Now they've got to find a way to score the ball better and more consistently, more efficiently. Their defense is, again, pretty decent for most of the game. Very few breakdowns, but offensively it's going to be kind of what maybe holds them back. They have to get consistent scoring, and when you score, defense is a lot more fun to play, and it just can help your rhythm, if you will. But they have lost some close games. Like I said, they're basically 3 shots away from being undefeated.
2 good teams, also 2 good coaches. Carla Siegel in her 21st year, Tim Hegmeyer in 15 years. Over 600 wins between those 2 fine coaches. We'll step aside. We'll be back with the starting lineups when we return on NKTelco Sports.
At Joint Township District Memorial Hospital, your comfort and care is our #1 priority. Our surgical nerve blocks are a great way to reduce pain and can be used for arm, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, and foot surgeries. The nerve blocks decrease the stress of surgery on your body, requires less anesthesia and pain medications, and in many cases can offer relief for several days. Visit grandlakehealth.org for details on all of our services.
Schwieterman Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwieterman purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
Welcome back to the barn for Fort Loramie and New Knoxville girls basketball action. We'll have the starting lineups here for the Redskins. Number 22, Kenzie Holscher. You see our starting lineups brought to you by American Trim. Dana Rose, a 6-foot junior, averages almost 9 a game. Marissa Myring, 5'9" senior, Shelby County League Player of the Year last year, averages 10 points a game. Number 11, Caitlin Gass in the point guard, 5'2" junior, 4.4 a game. Number 12, Kennedy Gephardt, 5'5" senior, averages just under 6 points a game. Head coach for the Fort Loramie Redskins, Carla Siegel, 21st year, over 400 wins. Assisted by Courtney Paul, Jason Shadow, and Phil Barhorst. Now for the Lady Rangers. Taylor Newman, 5'7" senior. Starts our another starting lineup sponsored by American Trim. Jacqueline Leffel, 5'9" senior, averages 6 points a game. Megan Jurasic, 5'11" senior, averages just under 12 points and 5 rebounds a game. Number 32, Ellie Gable, a 5'6" sophomore, leading scorer of the team at 12 points a game. And rounding out the lineup, number 5, Morgan Leffel, a 5'7" junior, averages 9 points a game. Head coach for the Rangers, Tim Hegemeyer, his 15th year with 218 victories. Jeff, we got a minute. Let's talk about our keys to the game, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. We'll start with the Fort Loramie Redskins.
Well, Coach Siegel wants them to play Loramie ball, and if you're unfamiliar with what that is, it's great defense, it's rebound well, it's executed on offense, and transition in the half court. It's been very successful in her career. You mentioned 21st season, 411 wins for her. Limit turnovers, obviously. Don't give up opportunities to score. They've been doing that very well. If they don't turn the ball over, they get a chance to score. For the Rangers, they want to box out and limit to 1 shot. Loramie doesn't miss many. You don't want to give them 2 looks and handle the pressure that Fort Loramie's defense is going to put against you. They like to double team from the backside and intercept passes and get high quality shots in transition off that defense.
Again, those are your keys to the game, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza in Newport, Ohio. Fort Loramie gets the opening tip. There's a pass to Rose off the assist from Holscher. Loramie with the first basket.
Nice job. New Knoxville overplays defense to the wing. Dana Rose cuts back. 6 feet tall, able to keep the ball above her head. Even though New Knoxville slid someone over, couldn't get a good hand in her face. She banks in a shot for her first 2 points.
Jacqueline Leffel on the wing to Morgan Leffel. Working around Gable with the basketball. Man-to-man defense by Fort Loramie. Always a tough, good defense under Coach Siegel through the years. Jurasic on the wing.
Well, they don't have many breakdowns. You aren't going to get many layups. They rotate well, and they're all athletic. They all move so well. You don't have a slow defender on the court, so it makes it very difficult to get open looks. Although New Knoxville, patient, gets a good look inside by Jurasic, misses a shot.
Misses it, but gets the rebound, so Knoxville with another opportunity here.
Got a high percentage shot from Jurasic. He doesn't miss many from that range, but New Knoxville tried to capitalize on their offensive rebound.
And there's thrown away. Rose comes up with his steal. Plays pitch and catch to Gephardt and finishes with a layup. Dana Rose with all 4 points here, a 4-0 lead for the Redskins. Morgan Leffel breaks the pressure.
And here's double team, basically.
Out of bounds. Fortunate. New Knoxville will keep the ball.
It's easy to see from up here, but when you see 3 black shirts on the ball, that means there's got to be 4 white ones open. And in Leffel's defense, it's hard to see that, but New Knoxville's got to make it go to where she can see you next. She's not tall enough. No one on New Knoxville's team is tall enough to put it above their head and throw it across court. So New Knoxville has to be smarter without the ball than they basically are with the ball. And get open looks. If Fort Loramie's going to double and triple team, someone's open.
Jurasic just outside the elbow, and Morgan knocks it down. Megan knocks it down.
Yeah, missed the high percentage one the first time. Hits a 15-footer there. She shoots just under 50%. Jurasic does from the field, so she's usually pretty successful once she gets her hands on the ball, especially on close. Although she missed her first one, hit down a 15-footer there for the first 2 Ranger points.
Fort Loramie 5-0 on this season, scoring 69 points a game and giving up only 18 a game. Yes, that's a 51-point margin. So they've been dominating teams. Pass underneath to Meyer, and she's double teamed, kicks it out to Gasson.
Really should have 3 seconds, but
there's a 3-pointer by Gephardt.
New Knoxville did a nice job in defense, and I thought Meyer is, once you're in there, you've got to get out. They don't get the call, and boy, the nail in the coffin. Gebhardt with a triple.
7-2 on our First National Bank scoreboard. First National Bank, think first. Newman with the basketball, gives it to Leffel.
Gebhardt now 4 of 10 from three-point range on the season.
Morgan Leffel drives, knocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Rangers. For substitutions, Haley Fletterjohn in the game for the Redskins. Also Ava Scholas, number 21, and also number 23, Taylor Rotterman, in for the Redskins.
That block shot by Kenzie Holscher, her 10th of the season, came in with 9, and 6-foot athletic girl. Obviously, if you saw her play volleyball, very good vertically, and blocked her 10th shot of the season with the last, but it went out of bounds. And New Knoxville gets another, if you will, offensive rebound. See once if they can capitalize.
And to Jurasic. She'll kick it out. Fletterjohn, they find Jacqueline Leffel for a 3. Well, rebound goes to the Redskins.
Got a decent look from Leffel, not able to cash in. It had been a big possession, but they come up empty, and Loramie back to work on offense.
Rose tries to drive, picked up by Morgan Leffel. Gasson will reset the offense. Junior point guard gives it to Rose. Halfway through our first quarter coming up here. JV game was won by Fort Loramie tonight, 24-15, and there's the 3 by Taylor Rotterman.
Rotterman, a good three-point shooter on the season, now 10 of 11. That's 45% from three-point range, so she's hit the ball, shot the three-point ball very well this season.
Foul there in the half-court pressure, the full-court pressure there on Taylor Rotterman.
No, it was on Dana Rose.
Check that, Dana Rose. So they'll stay with the Rangers. Rangers coming off a win over St. Mary's on Saturday. Had a big fourth quarter there, outscored the Rough Riders 17-4. Drive by Gable and rolls it in.
Nice baseline move by the sophomore guard, who averages 12 points and got herself in position where she could finish it off the backboard and also not get the shot blocked. Good job using her body to protect.
Corinne Highcamp in the game, works it around the perimeter. Now with the basketball is Highcamp. Into the lineup there, Jaden Putoff. Very deep Fort Loramie team, as that will be dribbled on the end line. Turnover, give it to the Redskins.
Each team now with 1 turnover, as we played almost 4.5, or just over 4.5 minutes.
Fort Loramie already 9 players into the game. Coach Siegel has a very deep bench. Of course, as we mentioned in the pregame, everyone back from a 26-2 regional finalist last year. And Jurasic open, wide open underneath for the basket.
I said earlier, you won't get many layups against Fort Loramie. That was a rarity, a breakdown of defense. And I believe Gable hit Jurasic and threaded the needle there. And Jurasic cashes in for the 4th point of the game for her. But a breakdown, a rare breakdown. New Knoxville did a nice job capitalizing on it and getting the basket.
Around the perimeter. It's Rotterman with the basketball.
One nice thing for New Knoxville, though they trail by 4 points early here, only 1 turnover. The Fort Loramie defense hasn't created a lot of havoc. The Rangers have been able to get some shots and even some offensive rebounds. Good defense by Gable, fighting around, forces the errant pass. Second Fort Loramie turnover.
Jurasic comes up with it. Fletterjohn across the timeline. Morgan Leffel loses it, gets to the Jacqueline Leffel. She drives, draws a foul. I think one thing, Jeff, is Knoxville being very patient, as Coach Hagemeyer's teams have been through the years. Run through your offense, get the good shot, able to draw a foul. We have a timeout on the floor, be a 30-second timeout. Grand Lakes Health's presentation of high school athletics on NKTelco Sports is being brought to you by American Trim, Frost Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Fly Gem, Precision Strip, Schredeman Pharmacy, New Knoxville Supply, Ferguson Construction. It's dedicated to excellence since 1920. Our keys to the game sponsor tonight, Keyhole Pizza. Replay sponsor, Winners Quality Meats. We'll have a player of the game sponsored by NKTelco. On the First National Bank scoreboard, close game, Fort Loramie 10, New Knoxville 6.
I didn't see all of it. I was checking my notes, but during the timeout, it looked like maybe Coach Siegel had a little bit of a message there. Not saying she was completely unhappy, or I should say happy, wanted to make sure maybe her team was zeroing in on maybe a component that she wasn't thinking they were executing on. But she takes her first time out here. Again, 4-point game, and New Knoxville just one turnover so far here in this quarter.
I think generally Coach Hagemeyer has to be pretty pleased with how his team's performed so far. Of course, they're down by 4 yet.
They've got the ball into Jurasic a couple times, and she comes up short there. That would have been a big bucket.
Rose with the rebound, outlet to Gasson. Some of the starters back in is Myring with an easy layup.
Well, they get a defensive stop, and then in transition, New Knoxville leaves Myring wide open, and they have such good ball movement. She got it on the second or third pass, so good ball movement by the Redskins, and breakdown on the Rangers defense. Again, if New Knoxville, there was a double team, Gable did a good job, and again finds an open player. Good job by Dana Rose getting a block shot.
Yeah, able to get underneath to Jurasic more than I anticipated. As we'll get another look at our replay here as you see the pass. Gable, good defense from behind to Rose to get all ball and knocked it out of bounds.
And for Dana Rose, sorry, that's her now 5th block shot on the season. Remember, Holscher came in with 9, recorded one earlier, so she now has 10, but Rose second on the team with now 5.
In the lineup for Fort Loramie, number 10, Colleen Brandewy. So 10 players already for Fort Loramie, and that's a big advantage over a not very deep New Knoxville squad.
And right now, New Knoxville's played 6.
6 so far.
Yeah.
Generally, that's what they play, sometimes 7.
But there's that double team, and then the receiver for New Knoxville doesn't come to meet it. Fort Loramie reads it almost better than the offense.
Myring with the follow. So the defense creates offense. The follow by Myring, she has a chance for the old-fashioned 3-point play.
And what all started it? The defensive steal on the other end, the turnover, and that's now, if she makes this free throw, it'll be 5 points that the Redskins have scored off of New Knoxville turnovers.
She completes the 3-point play. All of a sudden, it's a 9-point lead for the Redskins as they drop back into a zone. They pick them up at half court. And there's a pass all the way to Jurasic. She had Fletterjohn open underneath, and Newman open underneath.
Again, Ellie Gable did a nice job drawing the Fort Loramie defense up, and New Knoxville able to find an open receiver, but doesn't execute the fine point of the game, the bounce pass.
The defense just speeded them up and that was the bad pass.
Yeah,
there.
they maybe force you to play faster than what you are used to or that you're capable of. Sometimes a little bit too quick.
Looking for Myring underneath. Kicks it out. There's a just inside the 3-point arc, Colleen Brandewy.
Well, they're getting production out of a number of girls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different girls have scored already here in the first quarter.
Able to break the pressure. Wide open for the 3 is Gable. Draws iron. Nice rebound there by Newman. And they draw another foul on Fort Loramie.
Kennedy Gephardt picks up her first, team's 3rd.
Jacqueline Leffel comes back in the game, replacing Newman. Ava Scholas back in, as well as Corinne Heitkamp.
It's a revolving door over there. And again, you got a lot of athletes who could probably start on probably any other team in the Shelby County or the Midwest Athletic Conference team. And you got to keep them. You got to figure out a balance, and it's not always perfect. And I'm sure some players could do a lot more, but you got a lot of athletes. They're pretty deep.
Leffel. Fletterjohn open. Leffel not able to save it. It will go to Fort Loramie.
That's the kind of look you need, though. They got a cross-court pass. Haley caught it. Didn't take long to get it off. Got a quick release, but missed the mark. But that's what the difference is. How you can defeat that double team, triple team stuff is good spacing and be ready to catch and shoot, and catch and score, more importantly.
And the first quarter of play on the First National Bank scoreboard. Fort Loramie leads by 11. We'll be back with quarter number 2 when we return on NKTelco Sports.
American Trim's story started in 1951, and our long family legacy continues today. We are a third-generation family-owned business with locations in Sydney and Walpock and we're hiring for manufacturing positions on first, second, and third shifts. Part-time and full-time positions are available for entry-level and skilled individuals. Please apply at www.amtrim.com or in person. American Trim is a proud sponsor of high school sports and our communities. Come be part of our story.
Plygem Residential Solutions is part of Cornerstone Building Brands, North America's largest manufacturer of exterior building products, and the success of our company is directly related to the contributions of our employees. We are currently looking for machine operators, maintenance technicians, forklift operators, and more to join our growing team at our facility in Sydney, Ohio. Plygem offers competitive pay, a full benefits package, as well as opportunities for bonus pay and long-term advancement. Become a part of our strong foundation.
1 quarter in the books here at the barn in New Knoxville. It was 10-6 at one time. Fort Loramie. Coach Siegel took a timeout. Since then, they went on a 7-0 run. They lead by 11.
And some of that was sparked to the defense. I know they got a steal and basket, an old-fashioned three-point play as a result of that. And they've also got an offensive rebound for points in the first quarter. So 5 points off turnover, 2 off offensive rebounds, 7 points, if you will, come off the Knoxville lack of, not executing. And that was the margin of the game, or part of the margin.
Basket there by Jurasic underneath.
6 points for Megan, averaging 11.8 a game. Second leading scorer on the squad. Gable averages 12.
Rotterman on the wing, being hounded by Gable. Fort Loramie coming off a 97-point win over Houston on Saturday. That set a school record that was from the 97 team, as that's stolen away by the Rangers.
Yeah, it was a tough weekend for Houston. They played New Knoxville here earlier in the week and lost 57-33, and then went on the road to get beat, like I said, 97-25, and then lost 101-36 against a very good Tri-Village team. Tri-Village and Fort Loramie, put them on your March calendar, if you will. There's going to be a showdown probably somewhere. Those two teams are
somewhere in regional at Vandalia will be the odds-on favorite. Those two. It's a lot of basketball to go as Jacqueline Leffel on the line to shoot 2.
Taylor Rowderman picks up the foul, her first.
Senior Leffel knocks it down. Rose and Scholas return for the Redskins.
Leffel just 4 attempts on the line, from the line this season. 2 of 4 coming in, now 3 of 5. Make it 3 of 6.
Scholas came up with the rebound, fell, almost traveled. Able to get it to a teammate. As Corinne Heitkamp now running the point for Coach Siegel. Coach Siegel 4-16 and 117 in her 21st year. Quite the winning percentage there, as a three-pointer again by Taylor Rotterman. Redskins don't usually hit a lot of threes, but they're hot tonight between her and Gephardt.
Yeah, she's been their leading shooter, and accuracy-wise, one of the team leader as well. Nice pass by Morgan Leffel to Taylor Newman.
Newman banks it in. Cuts the lead to 9. Ball knocked out of bounds. That will go off of Fort Loramie. So good defense by the Rangers caused a turnover.
Second Fort Loramie turnover of the quarter. Make it 4 in a game. And are you sure it's a turnover, or did they talk it over and keep it with Fort Loramie?
Well, they're conferring with it, the two of them. Referees on that side. And they're going to point it to New Knoxville way.
Just like you called it.
The way Fort Loramie's doing full court pressure,
yeah, there you go.
It's hard to really tell the players. Now that Fort Loramie will back off.
You mentioned three-point shots for Fort Loramie. They average about 15 attempts a game. They make 32% of them, so not an awful percentage, but 15 a game. And again, they've been scoring a lot of points, so
there's
forced
a steal.
Turnover.
Scholas, and there's almost a steal back. Myring picks it up. Rose, nice fake drive in. Did a nice job. She got the kick out by Myring. She did a ball fake, drove by her defender, knocked it in. Chance for a three-point play.
She's a pretty strong girl, also 6 feet tall, and she does something nice. She went out the basket under control and pulled up and went vertical, and tough to get a hand on the ball, and she creates the foul against number 3, Taylor Newman, completes a three-point play.
Yeah, Rose last year was the point guard on this team, but grew another inch, now up to 6 foot as a junior, and that ball is tipped away. Heitkamp will give it to Gephardt. Pass underneath Scholas. Double team, kicks it out. 3-ball, Heitkamp draws iron. Long rebound. Redskins come up with another chance. Myring now with the basketball. Working around New Knoxville playing man-to-man. The normal defense under Coach Hagemeyer in his 15th year. 218 wins. His very successful run here at New Knoxville. Highcamp trying to drive. Has to give it out to Gephardt.
You mentioned Tim Hagemeyer's 64% winning percentage. You mentioned Carla Siegel, her 416 wins against 117 losses, 78%.
Drive, draw the foul. Yeah, two of the best coaches in this area, if not the whole state. A lot of success. 36 years, over 600 victories between the two. And we will have Kennedy Gephardt on the line to shoot two. Gephardt, her 4th year on varsity. Her, as well as Roderman and Marissa Myring, back as freshmen. They didn't have their best of year. They were 16-9, which is good for a lot of schools.
Teams, but not for Fort Loramie standards.
Not for Fort Loramie standards they had. But they've built on that. They've gone 22-6 their sophomore years, 26-2 last year. And of course, their senior year started here as Gephardt makes one of two. Coach Hagemeyer with the timeout, full timeout. We'll step aside. You're watching girls high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
In the Grand Lake Health System, great health care is about creating a personalized experience. We're here for you at every stage of your life, to care for you with compassion and courtesy, to support you with an honest approach that values communication and actively seeks your collaboration, to treat you in a safe, welcoming environment where quality and service always come first, to create truly grand experiences. For more, visit grandlakehealth.org/grandexperience.
Welcome back to Grand Lakes Health presentation of NKTelco Sports. Just 5 minutes ago before half, Fort Loramie leads 24-11.
Yeah, they've done it very efficiently here. They've been picking up their defense. They forced New Knoxville in a couple of turnovers here in the quarter. And they've been, again, scoring the ball and forcing kind of an unforced turnover there. But the third of the quarter, so a few less chances for the Rangers to score. But Fort Loramie's hit a couple threes. One the conventional way, one the old-fashioned way, and they also had that same old-fashioned one if you will in the first quarter. So they've been a little bit more efficient in possessions, getting some extra points if you will at times. Good post up, tough to stop.
Holscher not able to finish there on the pass from Rose.
She pinned Newman well and got a good entry pass. I'm sure she doesn't miss many of those shots. 62% from the field is Holscher. And again, New Knoxville got a break there as Holscher missed the attempt, I believe, with her left hand.
Jurasic gives it all the way to Leffel. Three-pointer. Rebounded the Redskins. Scholtes comes up with it. Not only all these tall girls are athletic for Fort Loramie, they can all dribble the ball too.
Yes, they've all, again, they can hurt you so many different ways.
Gephardt, three. Rebounded there by Fletterjohn.
No chance here for the Rangers, down 13. Obviously, we just like to get some rhythm offensively, get some open shots or knock down some shots, and that'll silence the defense. But when you can't score, the defense just continues to gain momentum.
And there's the steal. All the way, it's Gephardt, blocked, followed by Scholtes and in.
Good follow-up by Ava Scholtes, as though Jacqueline Leffel got a piece of it, looked like, for another block shot. She leads the Rangers in that category with now 5 for Jacqueline Leffel, but Scholtes there to clean up the missed shot and put in her first 2 points.
By and large, New Knoxville's offense has been all right, but you have to work so hard. But there's a nice corner three by Jacqueline Leffel.
Number 4 now with 4 points. A lot of that would help open things up and pull that Loramie defense out a little bit more.
3-ball, Dana Rose.
Rose has been perfect from the field, having a great first half. That's her second three-pointer of the quarter. One via behind the line and one the old-fashioned way.
And there's another steal. This time Gephardt with the steal kicks it out to Gasson.
Gasson with 11 points, 5 in the first quarter, 6 here in the second quarter.
Holscher, Gephardt, in and out. Rebound by Jurasic.
There was a good in and out, and Gephardt caught the ball and shot it. She didn't have to reshuffle her feet. All that nonsense, if you will, was done while the ball was coming at her. She caught the ball, and her first movement was going up to shoot it. Didn't have to catch, spin it in her hands, put her feet together, go up on her toes, go back down on her toes, and then go up. That's a quick release.
And for Fort Loramie, Macy Imwally in the game, her senior, one of 4 seniors on this team. Her first action here tonight. 2.5 to go. Loramie up by 15. Gable tries to drive, kicks it out to Leffel. Pull-up jumper, that is short. Rebound to the Redskins. Myring comes up with it. Kicks it out to Gasson. Fast break to Brandewie. Nice block there by Morgan Leffel. Prevent the basket. We'll go the other way to Knoxville.
Here's a double team, so need good spacing.
3-ball Jurasic, that's short. Brandewie. Right now the tempo is to the liking of Fort Loramie.
This is what they like to do. They're almost willing to give up a basket if they can get you running. That, and they know New Knoxville's thin on the depth, if you will.
Good defense by Jurasic on the shot there.
And Coach Hegemar yelling, slow it down. Doesn't want to get into your track meet. Things aren't going that smooth that you can just wheel and deal.
There's almost a steal to go out of bounds. We'll say it will go. We'll see which way it goes. It goes to Fort Loramie.
6 second quarter turnovers for New Knoxville. 9 in the game, but 6 here in the second quarter.
You have the defense, and they have so much depth that none of those girls are tired right now. At this point, most of the girls for New Knoxville have played the whole half.
Yes.
If anything, they've gotten a short break.
To be a timeout or maybe a free throw, but nothing like Fort Loramie has gotten with, you know, just rotating players in, and they all play hard. So, I mean, if you don't play hard, you won't be on the you won't be playing at all. And they again, they've worked it well. Everyone plays hard, and when it's their time on the court, they treat each minute, second, if you will, very valuable, and they've done a nice job so far. And now they've even been patient here, not forcing it.
And Knoxville has made them work a lot on defense as well. Generally, the defense has been very good. That is knocked out of bounds. Will stay with the Redskins.
At times, though, it's taken Fort Loramie quite a few passes, if you will, to get an open shot. And at times, they've converted on that. But Knoxville's also done a nice job getting a hand in the face and making it difficult.
Fort Loramie's already had 3 games over 70 points. 84 on Fairlawn, 71 on Russia, and 97 against Houston.
That'll put that average up to 70.
Yeah, that'll add it.
And they've also just under 70 at 69, I think. Yeah, 69. But the defense has been outstanding, under 18 points a game. So New Knoxville is going to hopefully, in their case, build that average up defensively against the Redskins with 14 already here in the first quarter or first half.
Working around the perimeter. Again, good defense by the Rangers.
A lot of movement. Yeah, a lot of movement by the Redskins. So they're going to almost lull you to sleep, and then someone's going to cut. When you anticipate they're doing a up cut, they'll go back door, and Knoxville recognized it there and didn't let it happen.
Fort Loramie's not trying to delay it, right? New Knoxville's just making them work. They're just working through the offense.
And by doing this, we are getting down to the final 15 seconds. It made New Knoxville spend a lot of energy defensively, and it's not fun playing defense when you're behind and having to chase.
Tried to look for Rose. We're down to 5 seconds. Fletterjohn just showed us with the finish. It took a while, but they finished possession with the basket. We go to halftime. Your score on the First National Bank scoreboard. Fort Loramie 31, New Knoxville 14. We'll come back with the halftime stats here on NKTelco Sports.
Hello, New Bremen. I'm Matt Everidge with NKTelco, and we're here for you for your cable, telephone, and internet services.
Hey Minster, this is Nate Henry with NKTelco, and we're here for you for your existing cable TV, internet, and phone service.
Hey New Knoxville, I am Wesley Meyer at NKTelco. We are here for you and your customer service needs.
Hey Maria Stein, I'm Ken with NKTelco, and we are here for you with hometown pride.
Hi TAC-CAPT, we use Hometown Opportunity to make sure that when we have a position open within the facility, it gets put on the website.
We've really been excited to see how that has grown so much over the last several years.
If anyone is looking for a job, it's the best place to go.
We really want to do whatever we can to get folks that are from this community back to this area.
I would recommend any manufacturing company that they take a look at it. It's a very good benefit for companies at no cost.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Welcome back. We're at halftime here at NKTelco Sports, presented by Grand Lake Health. Fort Loramie with a 17-point lead with the first half numbers. Mr. Jeff Henson.
And the Fort Loramie Redskins have played pretty good basketball the first 16 minutes, and the score would indicate that. They've been very good from the field, 12 of 20 versus New Knoxville, 6 of 15. Three-point range, Fort Loramie's really done well there, 4 of 7. New Knoxville just 1 of 6. 3 of 4 from the foul line for the Redskins. New Knoxville just 1 of 2. Rebounding margin about even, although Fort Loramie's cashed in a couple of their offensive rebounds for 4 points. The turnovers became critical in the second quarter, especially New Knoxville of the 9. 6 of them came in that second quarter and hurt their offense, and Fort Loramie 2 in each quarter. But overall, right now, Fort Loramie just more efficient on offense. That 12 of 20 is a pretty good high percentage, and a couple of those misses were put back for points anyway. So, you know, that keeps that offensive efficiency very high when you touch the ball. New Knoxville hasn't done much on any miscues. You throw in those offensive rebounds by Fort Loramie for 4 points. New Knoxville, a couple of turnovers resulted in a net effect of 5 points for Fort Loramie. So 9 points Fort Loramie's generated either off offensive rebounds or turnovers. New Knoxville's just has not been able to convert anything into second chance points or anything off steals.
Real Fort Loramie had that flurry at the end, the 7-0 run at the end of the first quarter, and then they had a flurry there in about the middle of the second quarter where they.
Yeah, you mentioned it was 6-10 when Coach Siegel called timeout. They ran off 7 straight. Hegemeyer calls timeout in the second quarter. About 2 minutes in, New Knoxville was down 11-24, and they get outscored 7-3 to end that. So there's been a couple runs where the Redskins have just been a little bit better with the ball. That'll be a turnover.
As that goes off the hands of Myring. Oh no, I think the referee pointed the wrong way. Oh no, they didn't. No, they didn't.
I thought the initial hand was pointed towards. You know what? Sometimes they get confused on which way teams are going. It's not uncommon.
That's why the refs will usually call what color it is, so the players know.
Yellow,
white or black, and there's a steal by Holscher.
And that's the case of the double team, and Fort Loramie reading it better than New Knoxville. New Knoxville was the one that actually had the ball, and it's easy to see from up here, and I told you before, we could see it coming. New Knoxville's receiver did not meet it. Holscher's athletic, knows where it's going because that's the easiest place to throw it. Steps right in the passing lane, and who's going to stop her? No one.
When you're playing and you're at the same level, people are at the fans are up. You see the elevator. It's easy to see the passing lanes. It's easy to see the defenders.
But that's the difference between really understanding it and against good teams like Fort Loramie. It's difficult.
Leffel with the shot off the mark. Rose with the rebound.
And again, that turnover was a direct point, if you will.
Gephardt with the drive. Ball on the floor. Myring able to come up with it. Has to get out of the lane. Able to just get out of the lane as they reset the offense. Gasson has been the starting point guard this season for Coach Siegel. She's mixed up the lineup from what she ended up with last year. Has changed from game to game as well. Myring with a long 2. Rebound by Holscher. Nice move, kicks it out. Rose, that is short, gets her own rebound. Nice following in.
Well, there's multiple double look, if you will. New Knoxville looking for something in transition.
Leffel takes it to the hoop, draws the foul.
Kenzie Holscher will pick up her first foul. But there, even New Knoxville, they get a nice out, if you will, in transition. Leffel, though, catches on the right side. She's a left-handed player. Makes it not impossible, but just a little bit more uncomfortable. She does pick up a foul against Holscher, but will have to earn her free throws, or I should say her points here from the foul line, where she's 1 of 2 on the night.
5'9" senior averages 6.3 entering tonight's game. Hits the first free throw.
Had 4 in the first half. Now it gives her 5. Leading scorer in the first half was Dana Rose, 11. She was perfect from the field. Had 11 points to lead all scorers. And you mentioned Leffel now with 5. Rangers were led by Megan Jurasic in the first half with 6 points.
Leffel was the second one of 4 seniors on this Ranger squad. Hits a pair. Corinne Heitkamp in the game. As a lot of substitutions for the Redskins already. 2 minutes into this half. Roderman with the basketball. Kicks it over to Brandewie. Now Heitkamp picks up her dribble back to Brandewie.
Knoxville's done a good job when they posted Holscher, getting some good backside help as they overplay. And it's really forcing Fort Loramie, if they're looking to try to get to Holscher, you know, many good looks into her. She only has 3 shots so far, and I think one of them maybe was in transition, so she only has 2 field goals, let's say maybe out of their offense. The other one she got here just a little bit ago on the steal.
And there's almost a steal. Nice steal by Ellie Gable. Reach around.
Able to get around and luckily not draw a foul. You know, it's you've seen it called before, but again, there's an active Fort Loramie defense.
There's Scholas leading the 4-on-1 break. And that will stick there. Nice defense by Haley Fletterjohn. Made her work for it, and the alternate possession should give it to the Rangers there, as when it sticks there.
Yeah, one of the rare times Scholas doesn't give it a good chance to go in and gets it stuck, if you will, as New Knoxville will get their first defensive rebound.
Athletic Director Kay Webb with the extra basketball to help out there.
Now, if this is a boys' game, you could have had any number of players go up and just tip it out, if you will.
There's that half-court pressure.
Much better job finding someone in the middle. And I hate to say it, if you can pass well, move well, presses are pretty fun to work against because you spread the court. It's about diagonal passing, and you can really break down the defense with good movement and good passing. Ava Scholas picks up her first foul, team's second.
Fletterjohn double team, and there's a steal by Rose.
Dana Rose reads it better than most.
3-on-1 gives back to Rose and in.
The turnover results in points, and Rose caused it, and they did a nice job giving it back to her.
She gets another steal. Up ahead, Colleen Brandewie spins around, shot off the mark by Heitkamp. Rose with a follow. Partially blocked, I think, in the follow. Leffel comes up with the rebound.
Well, another run of turnovers there, as New Knoxville did a nice job the first time. Then a couple bad turnovers, and
Jurasic to Leffel, blocked from behind, at least partially there by Rose. Rose has been all over the place here tonight.
Yeah, she had a block earlier in the first half. I think now her 6th on the season. Came in with 4, has a couple tonight. Holscher leads all Redskins with now 10. She came in with 9, had 1 earlier to give her 10.
Working around the perimeter, it's Brandewie. Thought about it. Battle underneath by Jurasic and Rose as they're keeping an eye on this Fort Loramie offense. Usually goes inside out. They like to work it inside and then kick it out if needed. Nice shot by Brandewie as she faked and got by her defender for the basket.
One quick dribble by the defender and pull up and shoot. Doesn't need to recoil. It's pretty smooth. It's tough to stop because you don't have a chance if your defense.
Leffel, a long 3 and hits it. Jacqueline Leffel with the tray.
Her second 3-point basket of the game. Leffel now with 10 points. I'm sorry, 9 on the game, leading the Rangers today. 10-point game or 20-point game still for the Redskins, though.
Scholas, Roderman a long 2. There's Rose again. Spin move and in. Nice move on the baseline to get an open layup.
Another offensive stick back, 2 here in this quarter, so 4 points. And it was a 17-point game at half. It's really opening up now. The Redskins almost turning it up a notch.
Pass into Jurasic. Rose with a block. Good team defense. Scholas was defending the entry pass, and there's Leffel with the steal for the Rangers. Gives it back to Fletterjohn.
Good anticipation. Leffel with the steal.
Gable drives, draws the foul, as Ellie will go to the line to shoot 2.
Fortunately for New Knoxville, she got fouled before. See what's here. There's a foul, or else it would have been possibly a charge, but obviously the foul first. And that was on number 20, Corinne Heitkamp.
So sophomore point guard Ellie Gable at the line to shoot 2.
Very good free throw shooter on a season. 84%, 26 of 31. Just her 3rd point of the night, but again, 84% from the free throw line for Gable. 26 of 31 coming into the contest.
Taylor Newman returns, also Carson Henshin in the game for the Rangers, and we have a whole host of Fort Loramie. We'll reset the lineup when they get it. Gable converts the pair. Gasson now on point. Gives it up to Holscher. Gephardt, now Jaden Putoff. They go down low to Myring. Spin move,
Nice
works
spin
around
move.
and in.
Textbook. That was a job well done. She's 5'9", did a nice job with her footwork. And finished it off the bankboard.
Fletterjohn running the point. Backdoor, Henshin in. Carson Henshin with the backdoor layup.
Good pass from her classmate, Haley Fletterjohn. Fletterjohn drove at the defender, drew the defender towards her. Carson Henshin baseline. Got it, more importantly, finished off the glass for her first 2 points.
Under 2 minutes to go here. Lead at 20. Been a well-played ball game between these two teams. Both teams' defense making the offense work.
And Fort Loramie's come up with that special teams a little bit. The offensive rebounding and points off turnover has really kind of been the difference. It's a 20-point game now, but if you look at these numbers here at the quarter, I mean, they're going to have double figures for sure with offensive points and points off turnover. New Knoxville, I think, has none, or if they do, it's very few. So that's been a, you know, this is traditional basketball here, 5-on-5. And look, it's taken Fort Loramie some time to work against a pretty good defensive New Knoxville as Haley Fletterjohn picks up the foul. It's when you get it in transition,
Yes.
or when they shoot and they crash the glass, if you don't rebound well. Remember, Coach Hegemeyer's keys of the game was one shot and done. Well, Fort Loramie's pulled down a host of offensive rebounds.
In the lineup for the Rangers, number 20, Carly Fletterjohn, the senior into the game. Pass underneath. Kenzie Holscher with a basket.
Well, they got a good mismatch. You had Holscher against the aforementioned Carly Fletterjohn. A lot of inches size-wise there, and Holscher delivers with her second basket of the game, her 4th point.
Pass to Gable, can't finish. Rebound by Gasson. Trying to push the tempo. Up ahead, Holscher off the glass, rolls around. Henshin comes up with the rebound, and Carson is fouled.
You gotta be careful when you get the basketball that you go that high. Don't put it down by your hips. Fort Loramie, that's like, there's like blood on the basketball. They will find it. Fortunately, New Knoxville will get the foul called against Marissa Myring. But always, there's no easy you can't ever take a breath, if you will, Fort Loramie. They're always aggressive and attacking the basketball.
Gable gives it up to Fletterjohn, blocked by Myring.
Kind of got in there, nowhere to go, and
there's the tip from behind and the steal, but pass is stolen away there as they try to get the fast break ahead. So it'll be Fort Loramie basketball coming up on 15 seconds to go in the quarter. Drive by Gephardt to Holscher, under 9. 6 points, Gephardt with the tray. Kennedy Gephardt. Knoxville has to launch a long one. We've played 3 quarters of basketball here at the barn on our first National Bank scoreboard. Fort Loramie 48, New Knoxville 23. We'll be right back.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Running a small business. Your hands are full. We can help. NKTelco partners with local companies by providing business-class internet, phone, TV, support, and more. Our advanced system delivers the speed you need with enhanced reliability and support. Running a business is tough. Contact NKTelco and let our expert team give you a hand.
Welcome back to Grand Lakes Health presentation of NKTelco Sports. Sees New Knoxville coming out of their huddle. They trail a very good Fort Loramie squad, 48-23.
Yeah, just a good quarter of special teams, if you will. Third quarter, as they get 4 points on offensive rebound, 4 points off turnovers. That's 8, and they outscore the Rangers in that quarter by 8. So again, it's just when you're looking at areas of the game when it's been like this, 5-on-5, yeah, sure, Fort Loramie has scored and had some good in and outs like that and hit some shots, but their damage has been crashing the glass for the most part and scoring in transition, getting some open, uncontested. Not all of them have been wide open layups, but some have been very high efficient layups where those are, you know, I say almost automatic offense.
Leffel with the basketball to Jacqueline Leffel. Now to Gable. The pass to Leffel. To Morgan Leffel for the tray off the mark. Rebound by Rose, tipped away there by Newman. New Knoxville with the basketball as they get a turnover. Leffel blocked by Schultes.
Another block shot for the Redskins. Again, they play more of a vertical game. And if you're not able to elevate, it's going to be a good defensive play, and they've done a nice job.
I'd like to remind you that Grand Lakes Health's presentation of high school athletics on NKTelco Sports is being brought to you by American Trim Frost Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Gem, Precision Strip, Schruderman Pharmacy, New Knoxville Supply, Ferguson Construction. Keys to the game sponsored by Keyhole Pizza. Replay sponsor is Winners Quality Meats. Our player of the game, we will pick one of them, sponsored by NKTelco. I'll also like to let you know NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays high school basketball on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. Replays are on Wednesday, December 11th at 6 p.m. and Sunday, December 15th at noon. You can also watch all the games on demand on the NKTelco Sports Facebook page or at nktelco.com. Just under 7 minutes to go in the ball game. Quick timeout called by Coach Siegel.
Yeah, it's one of those plays where the ball's on the ground and just keep possession and kind of really avoid any disaster. They take a timeout and will resettle and reset and go to work with a 25-point lead.
Highcamp tries to get it down low. That will be on the floor. Jump ball will give it to New Knoxville. Good defense again.
Gable able to deny, and then luckily on the entry pass, evidently get her feet around the offensive player quick enough to avoid a push from behind. So many times you see the girl, they're standing behind the offensive player and they reach through, and you can't in theory touch. You're better off using your footwork, and she's done that a couple of times here to create steals and turnovers against the Redskins, their first of the fourth quarter.
Jurasic gives it up to Gable. New Knoxville 3-3 on this season. Lost 3 very close games, 2 in overtime.
Yeah, first 2 games of the season, 1 to Bath, 1 to Marion Local, and both games had, you know, shots at the end, if you will, to win, obviously with an overtime loss.
Nice spin move by Jurasic, high off the glass. Rebound Redskins.
And then a second loss again a week later against the same Marion Local team in MAC action, a 3-point loss. Had to lead at halftime by 6, and you know, again, when you lose in overtimes or 3-point games, you got to think a possession here, or a turnover here, or a made basket here, or a defensive stop here is a difference in the game, and that's what it comes down to.
Pass underneath, and it will go out of bounds. Both these teams playing a lot of the other leagues for Fort Loramie. New Knoxville is the second of 6 MAC teams they played. They played Minster, they'll still play New Bremen, Versailles, St. Henry, Marion Local. For New Knoxville, this is their second of 6 Shelby County League teams. They've played Houston already. They'll play everybody else except for Fairlawn, is the easy way to say it. And there's a 3 by Rotterman.
Her third of the game, again, came in with the best percentage on the team for Fort Loramie at 45%, 9 of 20. She is 3, I think, of 3 of 3 from 3-point range tonight, so she's helped that percentage from 3-point range.
Talk about all those games in between the MAC and the Shelby County Athletic League. What an advantage when you can just go not very far at all and play high-quality competition.
Yeah, it's definitely, again, just like in volleyball where your state championship was decided by Fort Loramie to Bremen, you know, separated by just miles away, and yeah, it's a nice little, how do I say, representation
Fletterjohn
quality.
Yep.
With the rebound there, and it keeps it. But even football, again, 2 MAC championships.
Yes, you're right.
In Mercer County and Shelby County League. Congratulations to Anna getting the first ever, I think, football championship, obviously.
In 20
Shelby
years.
County.
Yep.
And then Mary Local, they're 11th.
2 of our NKTelco teams, number 11. Unbelievable. They've been to the state finals 9 straight times.
Yeah, state finals, not state tournament. The final game, they played 15 weeks of football 9 straight times in a row.
Yeah, they were upset back in 2010 by Minster, beat them at Walpock, and since then they've always gone to the state finals. This is unbelievable. 100 years from now, people are going to look at some of the records that the MAC football teams have put up. People won't believe it because there's going to be nobody to tell them about it. Between Marion and Coldwater and just the league in general, now up to I think 136 state titles in the
35
MAC.
football, I think, and then 136 overall.
That sounds right. And there's a nice post move by Megan Jurasic.
Had 4 points in the first quarter, 2 in the second. Her first now since that time. She'll give Meg 8 on the night.
While we're talking about football, I'd like to credit the Fort Loramie Redskins. They had a great season, and they took Marion Local to overtime.
We had that game on NKTelco at St. Mary's, and we're a couple 4th-down stops away from getting that victory in the state semifinal game.
Great season for the Fort Loramie Redskins under Coach Spencer Wells.
And last year they made it to the state semifinals.
Yep.
But lost to defending state champions, Marion Local Flyers.
Gable with a 3-pointer off the mark. Highcamp with a rebound on the knees as they break the pressure, and Shoulders with the finish.
Well, I don't know what kind of drills they do, but they space themselves very well in transition, the ball movement. And when they have numbers, it's tough to stop. It's just like almost like Harlem Globetrotters against Washington Generals at times. They move the ball so well and are just in the open spot most of the time.
Jurasic gives it up. 3-ball, Fletterjohn. Rebound by Rose. She rebounded that one-handed. Shoulders spin move. Imwally puts it up and in. Macy Imwally with the basket.
Imwally, big bucket, a senior, doesn't maybe get a lot of playing time, but has played in a lot of the quarters, probably in spots, but comes up with her opportunity there and a nice move inside.
Backdoor out of bounds. I want to mention Fort Loramie's last game, they scored 97 points. That broke a record from the 1997 team that had the record with 96. That 97 state runner-up team. Coach Siegel was the JV coach. Dave McFeely was a varsity coach. They went all the way to the state finals. They beat Highland in the semifinals, lost to Kalida by 4 in the finals. Starting lineup on that team: Georgie Ireland, Julie Mueller, Mandy Winter, Tracy Steinke, and Beth Maurer. So a very good season that year. As a 97 team, state runners up. Sometimes we forget some of those. There's been so much success, especially recently for Fort Loramie.
You forget about the ones that started it, kind of.
That was the first time that they had gone to state. Out of 9 times they've gone to state in total. Of course, 2 state championships in 2015, 13 and 15. So we have Melissa Waterman into the game, number 24 for the Rangers. Newman gives it up to Carly Fletterjohn. 2.5 minutes to go in this ball game. Drive to the hoop by Fletterjohn, as Haley will draw the foul and Southmore will shoot 2.
Foul goes against Kenzie Holscher, and yes, there Fletterjohn, who drove in a couple times earlier, couldn't come away with points, but that time kind of forced her way in there, drew some contact, and the important thing is when the whistle blew, I won't say chucked it up there, but got up off the bankboard, didn't drop, but you've got to give the ball a chance to go in. Even though she was hit in the act of shooting, able to get off the bankboard, bounced off the rim, and we'll have to settle for free throws here. Misses her first, but gets her second.
Having a solid sophomore season, first girl off the bench at 4 points a game. Pass to Holscher, rolls off.
Well, there's again, in transition, me beating you to spot A to B, if you will, and just gets a spot, stepped over the defense, and right here, the good angle, the good pass, and just knowing where they want to be and beating the enemy, if you will, to the spot, and they do it repetitively, and Holscher misses her first free throw.
I'd like to thank Winners Quality Meats for our replay sponsor. Holscher hits the second. You know, by and large, Jeff, I think Knoxville's played a solid game. But like, you got to play about a flawless. You cannot turn the ball over. They have not played bad, and they're still down by 30.
Yep.
You know, there's a long way to go to beat a team like this that Fort Loramie has.
You definitely, like I said, have to play mistake-free. New Knoxville's had some turnovers, and they've had some giving up some offensive rebounds. And you had one more thing in there about the ability to score consistently.
Yes.
You know, that seems easy. It's easy to say, well, don't turn it over, box out, and score. Well, yeah, but yeah, Fort Loramie, it's constantly moving. It's tough to check them out a lot of times. They're athletic. They anticipate the pass as well, and they have girls that can score the ball. So again, a good recipe, but it's tough to blend it just right to get that perfect result.
Number 40, Paige Ireland into the game, 5'9" junior. I believe her first action here tonight. Rebound by Clara Gephardt, who recently came in as well. So Redskins will go to 6-0 on the season.
Boy,
underneath the foot off.
Threaded the needle, and they come away with it. Two Rangers nearly got it, but instead it'll be Jaden Putoff. Saw the end of it there as Waterman and Newman kind of cross paths, if you will, and Putoff just simply caught it and gets fouled in the act of shooting.
Upcoming games for the Redskins, they have on Saturday, they have at Jackson Center. Next Thursday, they play at New Bremen. New Bremen, a fairly surprising 5-0 on the season. And then a week from Saturday on the 21st, they will play Anna. Always a very good rivalry. We'll have that game on NKTelco Sports. On the other,
go ahead. I would say Putoff make both free throws, or first points of the game. Go ahead.
On the other hand, New Knoxville, this is their first of 3 straight home games. They will have a big rivalry game on Thursday. They'll play the same New Bremen game. We'll have that on NKTelco. And then on the 16th, they will play Anna. And that's the last game for the Rangers before Christmas. They'll get a nice little Christmas break.
There's a trap.
Waterman
again.
with the basketball.
A trap. Luckily, Knoxville avoids a turnover. But there's just like never anywhere to go when you get down in the corner. It's a tough thing to pick up on, if you will, if you're the girl without the basketball. Where to go? And
there's almost a steal. Flutter John. There's a 3 by Leffel off the backboard. Rebound there by Gephardt.
Fort Loramie's done a nice job. Very few turnovers here, just 5 in the second half. Again, New Knoxville 6, but 5 of them came last quarter, and that also the quarter where the Redskins got a couple offensive rebounds for points and also converted some of those steals, if you will, into like back-to-back or almost layups off the turnover. Really squelched any chance, if you will, that the Rangers had to make a comeback.
Their opportunity for the Redskins. Shot up and in by Paige Ireland. Junior Ireland in the scorebook with the basket. Down to 5 seconds.
Ireland's first points of the game, or of the season.
Letterjohn puts up the shot. That will do it. Your final on the First National Bank scoreboard. Fort Loramie 60, New Knoxville 26. We'll be back to wrap it up here on NKTelco Sports.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
At Joint Township District Memorial Hospital, your comfort and care is our #1 priority. Our surgical nerve blocks are a great way to reduce pain and can be used for arm, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, and foot surgeries. The nerve blocks decrease the stress of surgery on your body, requires less anesthesia and pain medications, and in many cases can offer relief for several days. Visit grandlakehealth.org for details on all of our services.
Schwiedemann Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwiedemann purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
American Trim's story started in 1951, and our long family legacy continues today. We are a third-generation family-owned business with locations in Sydney and Wapak, and we're hiring for manufacturing positions on first, second, and third shifts. Part-time and full-time positions are available for entry-level and skilled individuals. Please apply at www.amtrim.com or in person. American Trim is a proud sponsor of high school sports and our communities. Come be part of our story.
Welcome back to Grand Lakes Health presentation of NKTelco Sports. The final here at the barn. Fort Loramie Redskins remain undefeated. They defeat the Redskins 60-26 with the final numbers. Mr. Jeff Henshin.
Well, the Redskins never let up. They had a good first half, and they basically capitalized on the second half with one just as good or maybe better. They shot very well from the field, 24 of 46. That's over 50%. They were 6 of 10 from beyond the arc. That's excellent. New Knoxville just 9 of 33 field goal shooting, only 2 of 11 from beyond the arc. Free throws, both teams very good. 6 of 8 for the Redskins, 6 of 9 for the Rangers. Rebounding edge went in favor of Fort Loramie, and like you mentioned earlier, they converted some of those offensive rebounds into 8 points. New Knoxville, 17 rebounds, no offensive points off those. Turnovers, New Knoxville 15 and Fort Loramie just 9, and Fort Loramie converted those turnovers into 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 points. So a lot of special teams points, offensive rebounding and off turnovers for the Redskins, and they kind of just led the way start to finish for New Knoxville. Their leading scorer in the game was Jacqueline Leffel with 9. Meg Jurasic had 8. 4 from Ellie Gable, 2 from Taylor Newman, 2 from Carson Henshin, and 1 from Haley Flutterjohn for their total of 26. For the Fort Loramie Redskins, Dana Rose led all scorers with 17. She was the only player in double figures. Also for Fort Loramie, 9 points from Taylor Radiman, 7 from Kennedy Gephardt, 6 from Ava Schultes, 5 from Kenzie Holscher, 6 from Marissa Myring, 4 from Colleen Brandewee, and 2 apiece from Jaden Putoff, Macy Mwali, and Paige Eilerman for their total of 60.
So Fort Loramie goes to 6-0 on this season. Their next game is against Jackson Center on Saturday and in Bremen the following Thursday. The Knoxville Rangers fall to 3-4. They have a big matchup on Thursday night against New Bremen. Now let's talk about our player of the game. Player of the game tonight for Fort Loramie, junior, number 30, Dana Rose with a big game.
The 6-foot junior did a lot of good things. She had 17 points. I unofficially also had her down for a couple blocked shots. She was perfect from the field and the free throw line in the first half. Didn't miss many in the second half, and went on to have just a well-rounded game, and very tough for the Rangers to stop. One of a number of good Redskins players tonight, but she is our player of the game. Congratulations, Dana Rose.
Congratulations, Dana Rose. Congratulations to Fort Loramie. Very good squad. We'll see more of them as the season goes on, as well as the New Knoxville Rangers. We'd like to thank our NKTelco's director, Scott Robinson, assisted by Ian Bolheimer and Nolan Emerson. On camera tonight, Kirk Huffner, Mark Fissel, and John Schruderman. My partner, Jeff Henshin. I'm Dave Knappy. Hope you enjoyed watching this NKTelco Sports presentation here by Grand Lake Health.